Hey again, this is Randy from Phoenix Gun Range along with
Nate with 864 Tactical.
And we're down here on the range on another windy day. Let's see if these little fuzzy things help us. Because we've had so much wind noise in the past. Hopefully this works. Okay, what we're doing today is we're coming back and we're going to readdress the KelTek SUB 2000 in 40 cal.
Absolutely.
Okay. We think a lot of what we had last time was the fact that we ran it dry out of the box. We didn't put any kind of lube on it, anything like that. So we did a little bit of cleanup on it, put a little bit of lube on it, and we're going to give it another shot and see how she holds up. So if you're ready to get going with this, we can go ahead and get her loaded up and start rocking and rolling.
Sounds good. And today I'm going to try out a different ammunition than we both have used down here. I brought some MagTech. Not sponsored, but we're going to see if it works.
Yeah, hey, we got to see what it'll eat, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get this guy out. Did you already load up a mag with MagTech?
Yes, the 10 round mag is loaded up with it.
That's a 15. Is it 10?
Yep. And since I had the problem with it last time, I'm going to let you take the first 10 out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I had the problem. Remember, it kept dying on me. It didn't want to cooperate with me.
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Okay, so let's see. This is MagTech, correct?
Yep.
All right, let's see what she does. Ready? I'm all ear plugged up. Your ear plugged up. We're ready to rock and roll here. Okay. She ate them all. I'll tell you what, for me, that's an accomplishment because I could not get it to go through a mag for nothing the last time. So we'll go ahead and see. And again, it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't have a hard punch like you'd expect with a 40 cal, but it's not as soft as what a 9 would be.
Yeah.
But then again, the 40 cal's got a little bit more, as people like to say, stopping power.
Yep.
So,
I feel like it's actually, to be quite honest, the weight of this one versus some of the other ones we've done reviews on,
right.
I feel like this one soaks up the recoil better, but it could be the system. I'm waiting for Smith & Wesson to bring out a 40. Come on, Smith.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's see what you got.
All right, so this one is actually a batch of hand load, and this is 15. We'll see if she eats. Well, she seemed to take that all.
Okay, she liked all 15 then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to get you another set
those were light load too.
They were what?
Those were lightly loaded.
Oh, okay. We'll get you another 10 set up on this one. And we're gonna try. We're gonna try to see if it'll take the fun stick this time.
Yes. It looks like we have 20 rounds in it.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna see if it'll take it.
Because it don't like me for light sticks or for fun sticks. All right, you got a little bit of a stovepipe going on there. It didn't quite eject it. But how many rounds were left in there? Okay, you had one that was feeding in and one that was stovepipe.
Looks like we got 5 rounds left in the mag.
Yeah, went pretty good, but then again, is it designed for speed or is it designed for just to shoot?
We're gonna see. I got 5 left. I'm gonna take it time.
All right. This should have been it.
That'll be it.
Okay, so you had one that you kicked out here that we didn't feed. Okay, or it's tried to feed it, but it didn't go all the way. Doesn't look like there's any scratches or dents or dings in it. So we could probably reload that one back into another mag. With that being said, I think that we touched on something last time that may actually be the case. I think that until you get that magazine broken in, you got to light load it. Okay, if it holds 30, put in 26. You know, go about 3 or 4 under. You know, I think that that's going to be the key to getting that mag to work well in it and consistently.
I think that's what we'll end up doing with it, or with this. I've actually got 6 of them. I like them. They're the what, SMG Tactical?
Yeah.
Non-sponsor. But again, if you do want to send me a bunch of magazines, hey, I'll take them.
We'll try them, see what all works in it. As long as it's Glock pattern, we should be good.
Yep.
Okay.
I have ran this magazine in my Glock 27, and it seems to love it.
Okay. I just loaded up 10 in this one. Okay. So we're gonna push through fast and see if we get that hiccup again.
Okay.
Okay, because it might just be that maybe you were out running the gun. Who knows?
I could be. It's still not broke in yet.
Right. So let's see if you were out running the gun or if it was just a fluke thing. There's 10 in. We're locked in. Slap her down. Ready to rock and roll. Ready? And I'm not a fan of the reset on that.
No.
Okay. I mean, it ran all 10 as quick as we could get them through here, but that reset on there, it's horrendous. That thing, it's like, you got to take it all the way out. And I'm used to running pretty close on a reset. But in general, I don't see a big issue with it, to be honest with you. I mean, it looks like it's something that I think we need to address to anybody who wants to buy one of these. I don't think we're going to have a problem with it as far as reliability. I think that you just need to make sure that you oil it right out of the box. I mean, it's not one that you're going to take it straight from the box to the range. But I do like seeing this heavily imprinted on the side. I don't know if you can see it too well from there. Made in the USA. So that's always a good thing. All right.
I'm mixing this one up with random.
Okay. So we're going to try kind of one of these see what it'll eat things. Put a little bit of this, a little bit of that in it. See if that causes any kind of hiccups. Basically, just want to put it through its paces a little bit today, because the last time, what did we get through it the last time before we had a problem? Not even 50.
I think we got 2 full mags of 10 through it.
So we got 20 through it. We've already surpassed that. Okay. So we're more than double that now. So we get 50 through it, 60 through it, whatever. I think that we're going to be looking at probably something we could deem as being fairly reliable. I mean, I don't know how reliable you want a gun to be for the price point of this, but if you're looking for it to be precision, you're looking for it to not have any kind of issues or hiccups, I think you're barking up the wrong tree. But if it goes through, 60 to 100 rounds without any problems, I mean, I don't think that stovepipe was really a problem with the gun.
I think that was more of the magazine itself.
Well, not only that, you also said that some of those were light loaded.
Yes.
So if you had it light loaded, it's not going to have as much force on the ejection, so it may not have got all the way back to kick that out of there, right? So that could be the problem right there with just a light loaded round.
And just because you hate it or had so much fun with this mag last time, here's 30 rounds.
30? Oh,
holds 33.
Okay, well, we're starting to pick up some heat in the handguard, so it's doing its job.
Yep.
Yep. Let's get rid of this guy first.
I'll take that one.
There you go. We'll throw this one in there. All right, we're up. She's ramped in and she's slapped in. All right, ready? Ah, here we go. All right, we're going to take her up closer to the camera so you can see it. You loaded all 30 in it, right?
Yes.
So we got the first, 6, 5, 7, something like that out. But we're going to bring it up here so you can see this better. If you look at the angle of the bullet in there, we'll pull it back a little bit. Now it finally went up in. Okay, so I think it has a lot to do with spring tension, because it was literally sitting at a 45-degree angle. But now it's up inside, and I think we're loaded all the way in. So let's see what we got.
All right.
Well, I could feel that light load. That was a lighter load, okay? Yep. And there you go. Stove piped on the light load. So basically what we're looking at on this.
No light loading.
Yeah, can't light load these because it does not send it back far enough. Now we're ready to rock and roll again.
Run full 180 grain.
Yep. Now what was the grain weight on them? Do you know?
I think those were 165.
165? So it don't like the 165. It'll eat them, but it has a hard time ejecting them, because I'm wondering too if the powder charge is a little bit different in the 165s as well. Because normally they'll have so many grains of powder regardless of what the bullet is. But I could even feel the difference in the recoil whenever it hit those light loads.
There was, I think, 8 light loads. Then it went back to Winchester white box. Then it went to light, a couple of light, and then I went back to the MagTech.
So mix and match and see what she does. How does she hip fire? You ever try that yet?
Not yet.
That's actually pretty cool. It will hip fire nice, and it points right to where you need it to go. The ones that you didn't hear go ding were just slightly off the plate. So without using sights and being able to do that well with it, I'd say that's okay.
Yeah.
So hip firing it, yeah. It's not something you want to do all the time, but it's something you can do if you need to.
So my thoughts on it now, let's see what kind of heat we got in it now. Oh, she's getting a little warmer.
Yeah, she's warming up.
Well, let's go ahead and really heat it up. I'm going to slam 10 through it.
Go ahead. Do it as fast as you can. You know that trigger better than I do, so. Man, she rocked that plate pretty good too. Oh yeah, she's starting to pick up some heat. Yeah, but I'll tell you what.
That's
rapid fire
already.
Yeah, rapid fire, running different loads. I mean, honestly, the only 2 hiccups we had were light loads.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, with the light load, it just didn't have enough oomph to push it. You know?
I 100% will roll that out on light load.
Well, we did have one other issue. Okay, and I think that had to do with the magazine, though. It didn't have anything to do with the gun.
Yeah.
Remember the one that was 45?
Yep.
And as soon as I removed the casing there, it picked back up in. You know, so it was fine. I mean, all I did was move the charging handle slightly, and it popped it right into place and went right in. So it seated good once I did that. So it wasn't a major malfunction. I mean, again, I'm looking at spring tensions on the magazine, and I think that might have had a little bit to do with what happened there.
And it does have a heavy bolt in it. Like, realistically, it does have a very heavy bolt in it.
Well, the spring in it, the feed, it's heavy.
Yep.
You know? And that's a good thing. So if that thing was coming forward faster than what that spring would push it up from the magazine, it would allow that nose to be up.
Yep. So with that being said about what he's talking about with those mags, if you do buy the extended mags for it, I got the, what are these, 28 with the +3 or 30 with the +3, whatever they are. Light them, run them a little lighter. I understand it doesn't make sense. Buy an extended mag, it's 30 rounds. I'm going to run 30 rounds.
Right.
But in that sense, run a little bit lighter load until or lighter mag until the magazine's broke in, and I think it'll feed them fine. Because like you said, you only had the problem with that mag was when you hit a light load and then the spring tension. Right.
And again, when you take an extended mag, 30 round mag, and you get a +3 on it, okay, that changes a lot with the spring too.
Yep.
Okay. So if you had just a standard 30 round mag, I don't think you'd have a problem.
No, I don't
think it would, because that spring is actually designed for that magazine. But when you start putting a +3 or +2, whatever, now you change the whole dynamics of the spring and actually go with a heavier spring. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
And here's the thing. If you guys want to give us a like and subscribe and give us a comment, we'll go ahead and just comment drum. I'll buy a drum for it to see if that even works in it.
Yeah.
Save you all some money. I'll buy it and do it. Hey, come on. I love shooting.
Well, like I said in another video, okay, people like to see these videos. That's great. We're not the guys that's getting up there and being sponsored by this guy and that guy. We're sponsored by me, Phoenix Gun Range, and by him at 864 Tactical.
Yep.
Okay, we do all this out of our own pockets. So if people want to come in here and loan us a gun to review, something that's new out there or something that hasn't even been looked at for a while, because I like looking at the older guns myself.
Me too.
Because a lot of people, they see the new, latest, and greatest flashy toy come on the market, and then they just let the other stuff that's been out there for a while just kind of fade away.
Yep.
And I think it's time we start bringing some of them back to the forefront and let people know, hey, there's a lot of good options out there that people are forgetting about.
Absolutely. So I did briefly the other day on one of my other platforms. And just to let everyone know, I do not have Facebook anymore. I do not have Instagram anymore with 864 Tactical. I ran into way too many problems with, I'm going to call it politics and move on. So I'm only currently at the moment with, I have 864 Tactical on Patreon, and 864 Tactical YouTube, obviously, and 864 Tactical on TikTok. With that being said, I am in the middle of getting a merch line going. At the moment, the only place you can pick it up is here at Phoenix Gun Range.
Right. We make it available all the time. So, yeah. And again, you know, you can find me, my videos, my reviews, all that stuff. Okay. Plus anything going on with the range, scheduling for classes, whatever. You'll find that all on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay. And you'll also see my business page on Google. So I can be found in those two places. I am starting to rerun my Rumble channel again, and that's downrange with the Gator. So you'll start seeing these popping up on the Rumble channel as well.
Yep. So with that being said, now that we figured out the quirks and works of this thing, what would you say about it?
Okay. Reliability wise, it looks like as long as you're running a good ammo in it, you're going to be fine. If you have hand loads that are light, or if you have lighter pill in it, it doesn't seem to like it so much. Okay, some guns are finicky like that. So, like you made a point, 180 grain. That's the way to go with something like this, anyhow.
Yeah.
All right. You don't want to go with a light load on something like this. You know, you're running a 40 cal, which is a cut down 10 millimeter.
Yep.
So you want to go ahead and put that heavy pill to it. All right. It's not my chosen style of gun. Okay, it is a fun gun to play with. I will say that. If you could
put looks aside, would you take this as an everyday truck gun or an everyday home defense gun?
I think I'd look more as, especially being chambered in 40 cal, I think I'd look more as being able to throw it in a backpack and walk through the woods.
Yep.
I mean, I think it'd be excellent for that because it's small, be easy enough to tote around without a lot of weight. And then if you have a need to pull it out, it's real quick, simple deployment. You know, it's ready to go.
And you can store it with a magazine in it. And all you got to do is flip your tabs, pull up, give her a quick charge, and she's ready to rock.
Yeah, I mean, it's very quick, easy deployment on it. And the thing is, when it's broke down, with a loaded mag in there, it still can't possibly fire because you got nothing there to fire. It goes into a safe mode.
As soon as you pop it open, you pretty much take the breech away.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you have no way to fire that. It's in a safe mode at that point. Okay, same thing's true with that FPC we did.
Yep.
Once you fold it over, it's safe. All right. So you wouldn't have to worry about an accidental firing or, you know, accidental discharge as they call it nowadays, or negligent is what they call it, I guess. But like I said, you could carry it ready to go, where all you got to do is open it up, charge it, and deploy, and you're ready. Okay, but home defense, possibly, but that's a lot of gun to try to swing around in a house. But that's why I said in the woods, you know, you're trucking around in the woods, you know, and down here they do have wild boar. Yep. So if you come up on a wild boar, I mean, plug him beside the ear and he's going to get down with that, you know, and it's something that you don't have to worry about having it on your hip. You don't have to worry about it being too big to move around, and it will just do what you want it to do.
Yep.
Okay. But just like with one of the other guns that we dealt with, maintenance is very important in this style of gun.
Yes.
Okay. If you take them apart, which to me is a shortcoming with a gun, because of what you got to do to take it apart to clean it up and maintain it. But if you got a Saturday afternoon, it's raining.
Yeah.
Which down here, pretty much almost every Saturday afternoon lately. But you can take the time and pull it apart, clean it up good, you know, and the more you shoot it, the more it's going to smooth it out. I'm not a fan of the trigger. I'll be honest with you. But then again, I'm a trigger snob, so. From
the time that we got the gun from till now, I will tell you that that trigger has improved. With the first time we shot it,
oh, it was gritty and terrible.
We had, I'm going to say 20 rounds. You guys know it was on the last video when we kind of were like, yeah, we're kind of done with this. I sat down, I called the manufacturer again. I'm like, all right, what's the deal? What do we need to do? They gave me the steps that I need to take. They told me that they test with X ammo at the moment. So this is what I ran it. They told me to use MagTech today, or well, not today, when I called them to talk to them about it, and it seemed to like it. But I also ran Winchester through it, and Winchester's the closest thing to plus P without being plus P. Yeah,
I mean, that's what I tell people when you buy a new gun, you want to break it in, run Winchester white box. I mean, it's going to tax out the springs. It's going to really put it through a workout. Again, like I said, you touched on the MagTech, what they recommended. Okay, basically what they're saying is 180 grain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line. That 180 grain, it ate that up with no problem.
Yep.
You get down to that 165 and it just doesn't like it.
It is subject to, it will run hollow points. I would suggest running a jacketed hollow point instead of running a lighter hollow point. Go with a 180 grain. Like I know Winchester has their own, or you can go with Herders. Herders, I like them to begin with.
Yeah, they're good.
Which is made by Winchester.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few of them out there. And again, when you get into the nuts and bolts of the ammo world, there's a few out there that are questionable, but the bulk of them are actually pretty good.
Yep.
I can't complain about it too much. But again, like I said, I'm not a fan of that trigger. Okay. I'm a trigger snob. I like that tight reset, and I like, that nice crispness to it. It works. That's the important part. It does work. It doesn't give you a dead trigger or nothing like that. The minimalist stock is great to keep the weight down. I will say this though, you start rapid firing that thing and you got it up against your cheek, it's going to bounce off you. Yeah. It's not going to feel good after a while. But the thing that I thought was really cool though was when I hip fired it just to see what it would do. And that was kind of interesting. It was fun. And it did. I mean, you'll see it on the video. What I did miss wasn't very far off, and that was just me moving around. Yeah.
And quite frankly, the miss that you did have, it's still in that you're still going to hit something.
Right. And besides that, somebody points that thing at me and hip fires it, I'm getting out of there. I'm not going to stick around and see if they're going to be accurate with it. I'm not going to stick around and fight that battle. I'd rather run off and come back another day and say, hey, let's settle things out the right way.
Absolutely.
All right. So now what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts? It beats a sharpened stick.
It does.
So out of the 3 that we've done so far in content, we do have another one coming up once we get that one sorted out, and we'll have it up for you. Out of the 3 we've tested, that 995 TS was great. The KelTek, I really like the KelTek. I think it feels better to me than some of the ones we've tested, with the exception of the last one we tested.
Right.
I want to see that one.
So you're going to keep giving them a teaser on it so they don't know what it was.
Exactly. I'm waiting for them to, I'll give it away on this one, to bring it out in a 40 cal chamber. If you're paying attention to the video, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. But yeah.
Or a 10, come on.
In all honesty, the one that you're alluding to, I think that was the better one of the 3 so far. Okay. Me personally, I kind of like the 995 TS too. I think if I were going to put them, my personal taste, my personal opinions of them, I'd have to put them, the one we haven't shown them yet, the 995 TS, and then this in third.
Yep.
But I can't really criticize any of them. Okay. Other than it'll take a little getting used to the trigger.
There is another one that I want to do a review on. Unfortunately, it's really kind of hard to get a hold of right now. What is it? The Ruger PCC?
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, there's a couple of them. There's the Ruger PCC, and then they also have that pivot.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind doing the pivot, but again, we pay for this out of our own pocket.
Yes.
We're not asking anybody to give us anything, okay? And that pivot is pretty expensive, okay? I'll be the first one to say it. I mean, you're talking right around $1,000 price point for that.
So, are you talking about the Henry?
No. It actually pivots on the top. Okay, it's like a center pivot.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about now.
And I mean, it looks really cool. I don't think it breaks down as far as what the PCC and that does. And this
practicality, I would like that solid function of click or click instead of.
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy about that, but I'd still like to get my hands on it and see what it's about.
Yep.
And again, I'm just telling you what my thoughts are on it. You might have completely different thoughts. This is why we do this together, because he thinks different than I do. He favors the KelTek. I'm not a big KelTek fan, but I can't say anything bad about it really, except for that trigger maybe.
For the price point of what it is, sub $300 gun used, you can get it even lower than that.
Yeah, and again, that's the other factor that people got to think about. With the turbulent times we're in.
Yep.
Money's tight. Okay, with the economy going crazy the way it is. What can you get to protect yourself that's going to be affordable and functional?
Yep.
Okay. we just showed you it's functional. He just told you it's affordable. So it's a win-win for you, really. It's just a matter of getting used to the platform and getting used to that trigger.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, I ain't got nothing else on it.
No, I'm good. I mean, the peep sights, we talked about that last time. They're actually pretty good. I was surprised with that. I thought, most of those plastic peep sights, they're garbage. But that one there actually lined up pretty good, and it was pretty accurate. So that's all I got.
That's all I got. Okay,
so until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, send us some reviews, send us some input to what you'd like to see, things like this. We can't put things on here that you want to see if we don't know what they are. So give us some input. Okay, we'll be happy to do it.
And comment. Always comment. I'll respond to your comment. Good, bad, indifferent.
Right.
You want to tell me how many times I missed? Go ahead. I'll enjoy it. Until next time, have a good one, guys.
This is us out.